Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout, host of BK Presents Radio Podcast, aired on Rainier Avenue Radio .world. You can listen to my show every Sunday at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 12:30 p.m. You can also listen to a rebroadcast on my show on Tuesdays at 10:30 and Fridays at 9 a.m. This is BK International Talent Scout, host of BK Presents. Let's get into the show, everybody. Thank you for your round of applause. Today, I'm going to be talking about 20 ways to increase attendance in your youth church. Youth church is very important to increase the attendance of your church membership. The same tools and ideas can be used for increasing attendance at your morning church service, at your afternoon church service, and weekly broadcast. Whether people are attending your church in person, whether they're listening to your show on the radio, or whether they're looking at your church on Facebook or YouTube, or any other live streaming platform. Let's get into the different ways that you can increase your attendance at church. But before I get into that, I am a member of Madison Temple Church of God in Christ, where my pastor is Senior Pastor Robert Burks. I've been knowing Robert Burks all my life. We went to Sunday school together. He is the senior pastor of Madison Temple Church of God in Christ. The church is located 23rd and Madison, one of the most famous streets in the city of Seattle. Madison Temple is celebrating 100 years of community service, 100 years of celebrating, uplifting, and praising God. 100 years of service to the community. Madison Temple Church of God in Christ. Thank you. Let's get into what we're here to talk about. 20 ways to increase attendance at your youth church, adult church, and children's church. I'm so excited about doing this teaching, and I hope that you will learn a lot. Today, 20 ways to increase your attendance in youth church. This is a great question. Increasing attendance in a youth church requires a mix of creativity, engagement, and strong sense of community. Here are 20 ways to make your youth ministry, children's ministry, and outreach ministry more inviting and more exciting. Number 1, you must learn building connection and engagement. The first thing is personal invitation. Encourage members to personally invite family and friends to church with them on a regular basis. Personal invitations to church Number one, puts it on their mind. Number two, causes them to think. And number three, it will cause them to act. Another way of doing a personal invitation, one of the church mothers at the church, she made these bookmarks. And she always said, hey, if you invite someone to the church, give them this bookmark and it will be a reminder to come to church with you next week. What a witty invention. Imagine talking to somebody, you invite them to church, and you hand them the bookmark. What is it going to do with the bookmark? They're going to put it in their Bible. They're going to put it in their pocketbook. They're going to put it in their wallet. They're going to put it in their pocket. And it is a reminder. I have to go to church with BK. A social media presence. Use Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to share highlights and upcoming events at your church. One of the number one people that is effectively using Facebook to invite people in church is Ronell Jones of True Vine Community Church of God in Christ. You will see Ronell Jones on Facebook at least 5 to 10 times a day on your Facebook page. He's going to invite you to the church on the way to take his kids to school. He's going to invite you to his church as he's out and about in the community. And when he invites you to church on Facebook, he does a little clip. He's always talking about special events that are happening at your church, and he's always reminding you, hey, come to church with me, and we'll do you good. Shout out to Ronell Jones, who effectively uses social media to invite people to church. You can do the same thing. If you're a senior pastor, a youth pastor, a district missionary, or even just a member, you can also go on Facebook and invite people to church. Make your own YouTube story, Facebook story. If you're young people, you can go on TikTok and invite your family and friends to church. Plan exciting events. Plan fun activities like game night, movie night, and youth retreat. That's right. If you want to invite people to church, to your youth church, it'd be great to have game night once a month. And then all your friends can come to church on a special night to play games, to play basketball, and also to eat pizza. That's the nifty way to invite people to your church. Or what about a movie night? Imagine turning downstairs of your church for movie night. All the kids get to invite all their friends. All the parents get to invite the family and friends of your kids to movie night at your church. Pick a movie that the young people will enjoy. At the beginning of the movie, you can make an announcement about attending church service. At the end of the movie, when you're passing out the leftover popcorn, you can remind them, hey, Sunday service starts at 11 o'clock. We would love to have you be our guest. More than likely, half the people that come to movie night will show up at your church on Sunday morning. Doing a youth retreat. What about a sleepover in the church? The kids are playing games, having fun, eating pizza, praying, getting to know your neighbor, getting to hang out and have a great time. This is a special way to increase attendance at your church. I used to go to the Seed of Abraham, and maybe every 4 to 6 months, we would have an all-night shut-in. And at the all-night shut-in, we would pray for 3 or 4 hours straight. After we prayed, then we would get to go to Denny's, eat. Some people would come back to the church and sleep all night, and their parents would pick them up in the morning. Others would have to go home after eating late night dinner at Denny's in Renton, Washington. Interactive sermons. Make messages engaging with discussion, Q&A sessions, and relatable themes. This is so important for young people. Imagine doing a 30-minute sermon, and then after the sermon, you could have 30 minutes of Q&A, and you could talk about things they wanted to know about the sermon. You could talk about questions that they have about the church and the youth ministry. When is the last time the pastor did a 30-minute sermon, and after the sermon, they had a 15 to 20-minute time of Q&A? When is the last time that happened? So yes, you can do a sermon, have discussions, and then a 15 to 20-minute Q&A after the sermon. So people can ask questions. So people can get more in-depth knowledge of what the church is about, what youth ministry is about, and how they can be a part of the ministry. Service project. Organize volunteer opportunities like food drives or helping in the community. Once a year, our church does an outreach where people bring new clothing, new shoes, new undergarments to church, and they collect the shoes, the clothes, the undergarment for about a month or two. And then on a Pacific Saturday in August, they do an outreach where everybody comes to church, like at 10 a.m., bag up all the items in bags, and then by 12 noon, you're going into communities looking for people that need. They're knocking on doors, offering items of need to their neighbors, to people in the grocery stores, to people in the community. And that is a great way to invite people to your church, because they'll never forget how someone came to their door, how someone met them on the street or in the grocery store, gave them a gift offering, clothing, shoes, undergarments, and then they see the book card or special invitation to church. It is an amazing thing. So when is the last time your church did a community outreach? for young people, for senior citizens, and to the community at large. Mentorship programs pair older youth with younger youth for guidance and support. Mentorship programs connect young couples with older couples for guidance in their relationship. Does your church have a mentorship program? You should consider starting a mentorship program to increase attendance at your youth church, adult church, young adult church. Engaging worship. Use contemporary music, dynamic speakers, and interactive experience. Engaging worship. When is the last time your church took 10 to 15 minutes and presented music that young people like and young adults like? You're probably gonna say, not rap music on Sunday morning. Absolutely rap music on Sunday morning. It will get the young people excited, energized. It will get the young people running up to the church. And guess what? If the young people knew that there was going to be special hip hop rap music presented at church on the next Sunday, I guarantee you all the young people will be excited to invite their family and friends, schoolmates, young people they grew up with to church to hear the special hip-hop rap music presented during Sunday morning worship. It's a great way to engage. It's a great way to invite. It's a great way to show, hey, church is not spiritual. Church is hip, happy, and cool. That's going to increase attendance in your worship service, where young people can say, hey, my church is healthy, happy, and cool because we do hip-hop music. Redeemed by the Blood did a whole hip-hop music festival on a Saturday night. They took out ads in the Facts newspaper. That's right, you see the bottom of the screen. Always remember to read the Facts newspaper, pick up the Facts newspaper, and you can look at the Facts newspaper online. They took out a quarter-page ad in the Facts newspaper inviting the community at large to come to Redeemed by the Blood during Black History Month. That was an excellent way to invite people to their church ministry. And Taylor Made Sounds also shared that they have food trucks outside, they had entertainment outside, entertainment inside, they had resource fair information outside. So there was something happening on the outside and there was something happening on the inside at Redeemed by the Blood on a Saturday evening at 5 o'clock. While people are going down the street, they're hearing the exciting hip-hop music. While they're seeing the food truck, it causes people to be like, hey, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get my kids, and I'm going to bring them back to the Hip Hop Music Festival that was free to the community at Redeemed by the Blood Community Church of God in Christ, located in Kent, Washington. Man, that was an excellent way to increase attendance for young people and the community at large to engage and enjoy the church service at Redeemed by the Blood. And while they're there, you're able to make a connection with the parents, with the leaders, with the people that are over the young people that came as a group. You're able to make eye contact, one-on-one exchange, letting people know, hey, Redeemed by the Blood is here for your young people. If you need prayer, remember to come to Redeemed by the Blood Community Church of God in Christ is here for you. They'll never forget it. It will be a part of their weekly and monthly activity. Casual gatherings, host coffee meetups and small group studies in relaxed settings. That is so important. There should be a Sunday where everyone dresses in jeans and t-shirts or jeans and jerseys. And yes, your church should have a coffee hour once a week before or after church where people can sit down without being rushed and enjoy each other and getting to know people. Celebrate milestones. Recognize birthdays, achievements, and spiritual growth moments. Now, Good Hope Community Church of God in Christ is good at celebrating birthdays, achievements, and spiritual growth moments on Sunday morning. The First Lady of Good Hope Community Church of God in Christ, once a month, she always encouraged people to bring people that have birthdays during the month, and they're celebrated. They get a round of applause. They get to be acknowledged. How are you acknowledging birthday celebrations at your church? It's good for Sunday school, Bible study, and Sunday morning worship. Making church feel like home. Create a welcoming atmosphere. Have friendly greeters and a warm environment for people to come to. Offer leadership roles. Engage youth to take ownership of different aspects of ministry. Incorporate technology. Use engaging videos, live streams, and apps for learning. Encourage family involvement. Get parents involved in events and get them to support events for the young people at the church. Be culturally relevant. Discuss topics and music that resonates today's youth, whether it's hip-hop music, R&B music, or just music that young people love to see and hear. And that's right. Sometimes you're gonna have to invite local hip-hop artists to come to your Sunday morning church to give their testimony, to take pictures with kids, and to encourage kids to know that it's cool to be saved and it's cool to listen to gospel hip-hop music. Make it a safe place. Foster an environment where everyone feels heard, accepted, and supported. Pray for growth. Encourage youth to pray for their community and to invite others to the faith. Which of these do you think would work best for your church? So, what are one or two ideas that would really increase youth coming to your church? I'm at 25 minutes and 35 seconds, and I have to close this broadcast at 27 minutes. We just spent time talking about 20 ways to increase youth attendance at your church. Let me go back and highlight one or two of the ways. Do a personal invitation to young people. Have a strong media presence like on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. Do an exciting hip hop event that young people would love to attend. Engage the youth in the morning service, like having a special guest gospel hip hop artist to sing one or two songs or do one or two raps during the morning worship service. Have a casual gathering before or after church. These are ways to increase youth attendance at your church. Again, these ideas can be used for youth church, children's church, young adult church, and adult church ministry. Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout. You've been listening to BK Presents on Radio Podcast, aired on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. It's been fun bringing you 20 ways to increase youth attendance at your church. Remember, youth want to come to church if you are willing to invite them to church. And we'll see you next week.